Hey, welcome to Jofer Jeff. I'm Jeff, and today I want to talk to you about an upcoming film called Playing with Dolls. Now this has come out in Germany, I believe in March of this year, but it hasn't hit the United States yet. I got a chance to see it and wanted to tell you about it. There will be spoilers, so if you plan on seeing the movie and you want to be surprised, don't watch this video. I caught this movie by accident coming across the internet. I decided to check it out. Let me give you the plot quick. It's about a millionaire who owns a secluded cabin in the woods. And it's a really big house and very nice. And what he does is he's cordoned off a large area of land around it. And he'll bring in usually a young woman, set her up as the housekeeper. That's what she thinks. And what he's done is he's gotten a serial killer out of prison and let him loose on the area. Now he's put up security cameras everywhere in the house and around the area. And what he does is he lets the serial killer kill the woman and then cut out her heart. And he does this so he can keep the heart and entertain himself. And he does it quite often. Now the movie opens up with two scenes going on at the same time. One, you'll see the killer stalking a young woman through the forest, and another one is a cop fighting what appears to be a security guard of some sort. We'll start with the killer. He tracks down this young woman who's obviously wounded, knocks her out, ties her to a tree, and well, he's about to kill her, and he does a couple of things. One, he cuts her tank top to get to her heart, and then he pulls out a can and a knife, and he walks over to her breast, and he's what I think is about to cut off her nipple, and he has a jar of nipples, and kind of creepy, but that's what made me like the movie. Now the other scene is the cop is fighting the security guard, and they're talking, and the security guard's basically saying, I get paid to keep guys like you out, and I don't care what happens in there. And the cop really wants to get in there, but they fight. The cop grabs the gun. He's able to kill the guard. Serial killer kills the young woman, and then you see the cop get further into the territory. Now he's stopped by another security guard, and he's shot. And the security guard radios to his boss and says, we got a cop who tried to get in. Guard says, don't worry about it. I got him. Should I go in there? Millionaire says, no, don't go in there. That's off limits. That's basically the opening of the movie. Then you see a setup of this young Russian woman. She's lost everything. Her roommates run out of town, took all their stuff, took all her money, left her with nothing. She has no job, no money, and she's about to get kicked out of her apartment. Then she gets a phone call from an employment agency saying, hey, we've got a job for you. It pays like $4,000 a month. All you do is sit in this secluded cabin, and you're the housekeeper. So she gets into, they provide her with a car. She gets up to the address. She finds it's an abandoned cabin. She gets really depressed. But then, in this all-terrain vehicle, shows up and says, yeah, this is the only place the GPS would take you. We have to get in the rest. We have to take you there by ATV. So they get to this house, and it's a beautiful house, beautiful cabin. It's very big, and she's in love with it. And she's told there's no phones or internet or anything like that, but just to keep the house clean, you can use any of the bedrooms. Old guy lives here. Yeah. And there's security cameras all over the cabin, and you see that the millionaire is watching her, and so is the serial killer, because he's in the house with her, just not making himself seen. And they set this up a lot. You see a lot of shots where the young woman is walking somewhere, and then quick jump scare, the killer was standing like right behind her. They do that a lot, actually. Now, except for the opening kill, not a lot happens. It's just a lot setting it up. The young woman going around the apartment, the killer's messing with her, moving stuff every once in a while. And I could see at first she wouldn't think anything of it, but then he starts doing some really ballsy stuff. And then you would think a normal person would be like, you know, I didn't do that. I'm not the only person here. Sadly, this doesn't occur to her. So it gets to the setup where the young woman's waiting. She's in the hot tub. Finally, the police officer shows up. Apparently he survived, and he's made his way to the cabin. Now he knows about the millionaire, he knows about the serial killer. He's not sure what's going on though. But the young lady, they get into the cabin. He explains, hey, what's going on here? Who are you? Then he walks out to the patio and gets shot at. And then the killer strikes. So apparently all has gone downhill. Then it kind of splits up again. Police officer versus security guards, woman being chased by the killer. I'm going to give you the ending just because I liked the movie right up to the ending. I thought it was really great. Now, it's not really gory. There aren't a lot of kills in it, believe it or not. It's more of a stalking film for a while. But the ending is really what kind of threw me off. Now, here's the ending. The killer chases the young lady. He catches her. She knocks herself out, believe it or not. And he carries her off. Now, meanwhile, the police officer, he's got a gun, and he's fighting with the security guards. And he kills them all. Perfect. He grabs one of their guns. And he chases off after them. The killer takes the young woman, and he's walking with her over his shoulder. He lays her down on a big log, bends her over, lifts up her skirt, pulls down her underwear, goes to a tree, pulls off this wooden plank, a board really, walks up to her rear end, and he's about to just yank that in. And he has to, steady himself, and then he decides, no, I'm going to change hands and come in from the other direction. Now, you don't know where he's going to shove it, but I wanted to know. And this is one of those, what the hell, I can't believe I'm watching this moments. This is going to be awesome. Now, right before he plows it into her, he gets shot. The cop is up on a ridge, and he's able to shoot him in the shoulder. Killer falls down. The woman wakes up. She's frantic. She runs off. The killer is not dead. He gets up. Now the cop sees this. He runs down. He's out of bullets, but he runs down to chase. Now the millionaire who's been watching this all, he freaks out when the security guards are killed by the cop, and he thinks, I got to get out of here. It's blown. He gets into his car and he drives off. The woman is running through the forest, runs into the guy with the car, the millionaire, gets into his car, says, oh my God, you got to help me, just drive, this guy's killing me. Okay, I'll take care of it. And he drives off with her in the car. Then becomes the biggest fuck you moment I've ever seen in a movie. They roll the credits. That's the end. The killer is still loose in the forest. Police officer is still chasing everybody. You don't know what happens. Fade to black. Roll the credits. And I liked this movie right up to that moment. And then I'm just like, fuck you. What the? Why would you end it right there? What the hell? What happens to everybody? I had to make sure my copy didn't get the ending cut off. I rewatched it just to make sure. I'm like, is there an editor here or something? No, they just ended it. That's it. She gets into the car with the millionaire and drives off. And that's it. And it's not like the killer's dead. He's obviously up and he's wandering around the forest. The cop's not dead. He's chasing the killer. But that's it. And, I liked this movie right up to that scene. Right up to the ending, I liked this movie. It's got really good gore. There's not a lot of it, but they use practical effects. It's really good. The acting is really good. Richard Tyson is in it. He was just in Hayride and Hayride 2. One of my favorite actors. He was in, if you haven't seen him before, he was in There's Something About Mary. He plays the cop that beats up Ben Stiller. Kindergarten Cop, he was the bad guy. He's been in a couple other things. I really like him. And he was really good in this movie too. The location's really nice. I've always wanted to see a slasher movie take place in winter in the forest and everything, and it's awesome. The killer's mask is awesome. He wears kind of this big over trench coat that's kind of tattered, and he's got this mask that looks like he's a member of Slipknot. It looks like canvas that's like stitched up and everything, and he has a barbed wire. There's like a brace on the mask, and it's got barbed wire wrapped around it, and it's really cool looking. I really liked it. It's well made. Video quality is really good. Audio quality is really good. I just didn't get why they cut the ending so abrupt. It was nice that it was just not some guy running around killing everybody. The killer's taking orders from the millionaire. And The killer, of course, wants to kill the young woman right away, but the millionaire won't let him. He says, I need to see her live a little bit. I need to get to know her. Then I want her heart cut out. And the killer's kind of fighting this a little bit. Now, they really don't give you a lot on the killer. He apparently lives in a shack in the woods. He's got some body parts that keep him company. But, yeah, did not get that at all. Other than that, the ending, I would have really recommended this movie. But with the ending and the big FU moment, I'm going to say you should probably pass on this one, because this frustrated me to death. I hope there's a sequel, maybe. Nudity, you get to see a couple breasts. I see breasts all the time, you know, hey. The Russian girl who plays the Russian girl, she does a really good job. So let me see the body count. A couple security guards get offed. The opening girl gets killed. Not a really high body count. You only see the killer kill 1 or 2 people. Now the serial killer starts going after the security guards, and those are some okay kills too. But other than that, it's not a bloody movie. I wouldn't describe it as that. Like I said, one of the favorite parts of the movie is where the killer has that plank and he's going to give it the old college try up the young woman. That kind of took me by surprise. But yeah, the ending just ruined it for me. I'd have to say pass, unless you want to get frustrated. Other than that, like I said, really good movie. I wanted to like it right up to that point, but ending killed it for me. So, hope you enjoy. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, give me an email. This is Jofer Jeff, and thanks for watching.